Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Techno Talks here. So in today's video, we're going to be checking out 6 Spigen cases for the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. So I have 6 different series of cases by Spigen, as you can see, and we will go ahead and quickly check out all 6 of these cases in this video. Let's go ahead and begin. So I'm going to go ahead and move all these across. Just go ahead and move all of these to the side, and let's start off with this one right here. So here I have the Neo Hybrid case for the S22 Ultra. This is in burgundy. So they do all have different types of colors. This is the only one that I actually got that isn't black. The others are all their black colors, but they do have a couple more colors to check out. I will be leaving a link down for all of these cases in the description so you can actually check those out. So the box and packaging, very simple and easy to use. You get a quick image right here of what it will look like, and then a Spigen logo, and then we also have a pull tab to open it up. So I'm not going to take too much time on the packaging as they are all the same. Here we have our case, and immediately it's in this pouch. Let's go ahead and take it out. Boom. We also get this little card, just put that back in, plop that to the side, and here we have our case. So this burgundy color actually looks pretty nice. It's like a dark red color with some pink inside of it, but it looks pretty nice overall. Has a nice pattern to it, as you can see right there. Let's go ahead and plop it onto our phone. So I do have the Phantom Black version of the S22 Ultra. If I can actually manage to get it in. All right. Okay, I think I got it in. So here we have the case on the phone, and it looks pretty nice overall. We have a nice texture in the back. You can't really feel it when you actually put your finger across, but it is there if you use your fingernail, as you can hear that. It's a nice texture. We also get some gold accents. It is plastic, but it looks like gold. It's like a matte gold finish all across right here. So just to add to the design aspect of it. Really, the design, honestly, it's not bad, but I personally wouldn't go with the burgundy. I don't think I like it as much as I would like some other colors, but with the gold, I guess it does look a little better. So the front display, obviously it is protected. We have lips on the front and bottom end of the phone, so if you do drop it on its face, then your phone should be protected. And then we are also able to access all portions of our screen. It does not cover the edge display, as you can see right here, so you are able to access that as well. And that kind of is an issue with these edge display phones. Cases can't really protect those portions, so if you do drop it and a pebble like hits that portion, then you're kind of screwed, but I guess that's fine. And then on the sides, we again have our gold accents. It is this, it's not matte finish, it's just overall just plastic, so grip wise pretty easy to hold. It probably won't slide out of your hand, and that is basically about it. So our camera is definitely covered. It actually surrounds the camera lens, as you can see, and then for the flashlight and the other camera, it's also protected like so. And it is above the camera, so we do get a nice lip, so if you do drop it on its back, your camera should be fine. Other than that, we have our buttons. We have a nice textured power button, as you can see. So let's go ahead and do a quick click test. Pretty clicky. You don't really need to add too much extra force, which is nice overall. So this case is a pretty cool case. If you do want to check it out, again, there will be links down below for all these cases. So now let's move on to the thin fit. So here is Spigen's thin case. They do call it thin fit, and this should be their thinner case. I believe they have actually one more case. It's like this clear case that's really thin, but I don't have that on hand today, so this is going to be the thinnest case that we have out of the bunch here. So taking the case out is actually pretty hard. You kind of have to force your way through, and that is probably because of the corners. As you can see, they aren't curved, they're just flat corners. I personally don't really like that too much when holding the device. Kind of digs into my palm, but I guess you can get used to it. So here is our thin fit. Again, same packaging, very simple and basic. Let's go ahead and open it up. Here we have our case. Inside of this packaging, and then we also get this little card for advertisement, I guess. Go ahead and plop that to the side, and boom. So here is our thin fit. I have the black color. Again, all the other cases are in black. We have very minimal branding, just a small little Spigen logo right there, as you can see. And other than that, there really isn't too much to this case. So let's go ahead and plop the phone in, if I can. Alrighty, there must be a certain way of putting the case inside, but really doesn't matter. Got the phone inside the case. As you can see, this is a pretty thin case. Looks pretty nice overall. It actually looks very similar to what the phone looks like. It has this nice finish to it. Not a matte finish, but still very similar. The black color, obviously, and our lenses are protected by a tiny lip. So as you can see, it's raised just a tad bit above the camera. And so if you do drop it again, it should protect it. You probably won't get the best protection out of it, but this should be perfectly fine. Again, for the front display, our top and bottom, we have raised lips for it. So again, if you do drop it on its face, then it should be fine. So overall, this one's nice as well. Pretty thin case. If you do want to pick it up, links down below. S Pen wise, we have a nice cutout right here. So it's kind of cut out right there, so you can actually access it easier, like so. Boom. Go ahead and plop it back in. So that is about it. So easy to access S Pen, and let's move on to our power buttons now and our volume rocker. So this is actually a lot easier to click than the other case that I just showed you, the Neo Hybrid. So if you do want a case that's pretty slim, will definitely protect your phone and want some clicky buttons, then here you go, this one is for you. So let's move on to the next one. This one right here is a pretty special case. This is their new case for the S22 Ultra. It is the Cryo armor. You've probably seen a lot of YouTubers posting videos on this one because this actually has something special to it, and I will be explaining that just in a tad bit. So as you can see right here, we again have the image S22 Ultra Cryo armor, and then we also have this cool image right there. So we have a nice snowflake and then air's dispersing out. So this is apparently supposed to help with the heating of your device, so it should disperse air, and we're gonna see how it does that in just a tad bit. So let's go ahead and plop this one off. Again, these cases are pretty hard to take off. It's probably because of that edge, as I said, but still kind of annoying. So here we have our Cryo armor. Go ahead and plop this one out. And put this to the side, like so. And here we have our Cryo armor case. So this has a really unique and cool design. As you can see, we have some blue interior, and then we have these patterns on top, which are actually opened. So there are spaces in between them, and I guess that is to disperse the heat that is coming off of your phone. So I haven't really tested it out, don't know how well it works, but I will have to do some tests on my own time so I can actually see if it does really help out. So here we have this plastic that we just go ahead and plop off. It is a different material. As you can see, this is not similar to any of the other cases. I guess this helps with heat dispersion as well. So let's just go ahead and plop our phone in, as always. Boom, and we're gonna get the S Pen portion in as well, and boom. So easy as that. We have a slightly different design compared to the other two we just opened up. So this one actually has a different way of protecting the camera. As you can see, the camera portion, it's not the singular areas where it just covers every single camera. We have this one big opening where all the cameras can actually be shown, and then we also have a nice lip around it. So it is actually pretty raised up, pretty high, so your cameras are going to be more protected than the other cases that we just looked at. So that is a nice aspect, and we also have that cooling technology. So again, as I said, I'm not really sure how that works. I will have to test it out myself, but overall it has a nice cool look to it. I wish you could actually get some different colors, maybe like a red inside or like white inside, just to have the different colors, but it is only in blue and it still does look really nice. So our buttons, these are really clicky, so very similar to the thin fit case. You will have no issues with the button clickiness. You won't really have to add any extra force to it. And then our front display is protected again with a nice top and bottom lip. So if you do drop it, you should be fine. And then our sides have this nice design to it. If you can see that, we have like 2 lines coming out. Not really sure if you can see that right now. Right there, we have 2 lines coming out. So when you do hold it, it should be easier to grip. And personally, really easy to hold. This case, this phone will definitely not fall out of your hand with this case on. So our cutouts again are made perfectly. We have our S Pen cutout with a nice cutout on the bottom portion, so it's actually curved inside, so you can actually access it easier, like that. So no issues with accessing the S Pen if you do use it a lot. I personally don't use it too much, so that probably wouldn't be an issue even if it wasn't as easily as accessible. But for anybody that does want to know about it, here you go. It's easy to access, and there really isn't too much else to talk about this. So this is, again, their newest one, and it apparently has this cooling technology. So, and personally, this is the one that looks the coolest so far. So let's go ahead and move on. Next up, let's go ahead and check out this one right here. So the Slim Armor CS, this one's a pretty cool case as well. We get a nice wallet case. So let's plop this phone out of this case. Well, I'm mixing up the words. We have so many cases here that I keep mixing it up, but that is fine. So here we have the Slim Armor CS. This one can hold up to 2 cards, which is nice if you don't carry a wallet around, or if you go to the gym and you want to keep your cards on you, then this case is for you. You can carry 2 cards with you, which is nice to know. So it's called the Slim Armor CS, but we're gonna have to see how slim this is on your phone. So opening it up is the same as always. Nice pull tab. And here we have our case. So let's plop these to the side. And here we have the Slim Armor CS. So as you can see, we have this wallet area right here, and then the case is just a normal case. Feels very similar to the other ones in material. I guess that is normal as the same brand is making all these cases. We have a nice little design on the inside. Spigen usually puts this on all of their cases. I'm not really sure if it's for heat dissipation or protection, but it is either or. So let's plop our phone in. Boom. And that is it. So easy to put on. Let's go ahead and check this out. So we have our cameras. They are again protected by singular areas which are blocked off, so it goes around each lens separately, and then for these 2 lenses it is just one larger pill-shaped cutout. So we have a pretty cool design. It's just these lines. There's a nice texture to it and nice feeling. I'm not sure if I like it too much, but for anybody that does, here it is. Our sides, we have a 2-tone feeling to it. So we have this plastic right here, and then we have a different type of plastic right here, and they also look different. So this one is a little more matte compared to this one right here. So when you're holding it, probably won't have any issues grip wise. They are all pretty grippy. And other than that, let's go ahead and check out our wallet section. So here it is a little larger, as you can see. It actually curves up, so you can actually have the wallet section. Not sure if I like that too much. In a previous Slim Armor CS unboxing, I didn't really like it too much, and I would rather keep my wallet on me or use an attachment for it. But here it is. Let's go ahead and open it up. So all you gotta do is push it down, and you can access your cards. So you plop in 2 cards into here max, which is kind of annoying as well. 2 cards isn't too much, but I guess that's fine. You can go ahead and put your cards in there and keep them secure inside of your case. So no issues with losing them or anything if you do keep them inside of here. Other than that, overall we have pretty basic protection. Again, we have our lips on the top and bottom, and our camera is protected, and then that is about it. So let's go ahead and check out our cutouts real quick. We have our charging port cutout. It's a pretty large cutout, so if you do have any third-party chargers, then you can use it. Nice speaker cutout, and then we also have our S Pen cutout, again with that curved cutout in the back. So it's easily accessible, just like the other 3 cases that we just checked out. So button-wise, pretty clicky, and it is definitely a pretty nice case overall. For anybody that wants a wallet case, this one is the one to go for. So next up, let's go ahead and check out our liquid air. I am going to be keeping my personal favorite for the last, and that is going to be the Tough Armor, as you can see right here. So let's go ahead and open the liquid air first. Here we have our liquid air case. This is another pretty thin case by Spigen, and in my opinion, it is thinner than the thin fit. I don't know why they named the thin fit when they do have two different cases that are a little thinner than those, but I guess that is fine. So let's go ahead and take this one off. Easy to take off. Put that to the side. And here we have our, I forgot the name for this, liquid air. So the liquid air has a pretty nice design. If you can see that right there, it's very similar to the burgundy case that I opened, the Neo Hybrid, but it is all over the case this time. And then it's like these little triangles that are just stacked on each other. And again, it's a very thin case. As you can see, it's made out of plastic. And we also have that design that Spigen implements on all their other cases. So let's go ahead and plop this on real quick. Boom. So I'm always having issues with the S Pen corner. It's kind of harder to place in as there's large openings, so it's just one plastic slit right there. So easy to plop on, and this one is definitely the most thinnest, the thinnest out of all of them, and the thinnest feeling out of all of them. You don't really add any extra bulk to it, just a tad bit, but you do get that extra protection. So all of our camera lenses are separately protected. They each have a small lip on top of it. Probably not the most protection compared to the other ones, but you still get some nice protection with this case. We do have a nice design on the side, and that is for gripping the phone, so it should make it grippier and it shouldn't slide out of your hand, which is pretty normal. And then overall, we just have this cool pattern on the back. So front display, we have a nice lip on the top and the bottom. So if you do drop it, then you should be fine. And other than that, we really don't have much to talk about. We have very minimal branding right there, just at Spigen, and that's basically about it. So far, this is the thinnest one out of all of them, and this one does feel really nice in the hands, and this is probably one that I would use, especially with a phone that is this big. Personally, this might be the one that I go for now, but let's go ahead and check out the Tough Armor. Oh, before I switch on to the next case, here we have the cutout for the S Pen, so it's easy to access. So all the cases, they are very easy to access. It's very easy to access the S Pen, so you shouldn't have any issues with that. Next up, our final case, and my personal favorite so far out of all the Spigen cases. I've actually used this series for a long time, starting with my S10e all the way up to the S22 Ultra, the Spigen Tough Armor case for the S22 Ultra. So there's one thing I really love about this case, but quickly I want to say that I might not like it too much with this phone, as this phone is pretty humongous, 6.8-inch display size, and we also get these corners which already, even with the slim case, they just like dig into your palm and it gets really annoying after a certain time. I'm not sure if I will use it with the S22 Ultra, but let's go ahead and just check it out. So one cool thing that I like about this is gives you all the protection out of all of them. It is their thickest case, will give you the most protection, and you also get a nice kickstand inside of it. So quickly, you can already tell that the inside is a little bit different compared to the other ones. We have this yellow foam right here, so this will give you some added protection to the phone when you drop it. And then we have our kickstand. So it looks very basic. We have a two-tone finish again. We have this plastic portion right here, and then another plastic portion in a different tone. It is a two-part case in that, I mean, that you can actually separate it, but you're not normally supposed to, so that is fine. Let's go ahead and actually take this one off real quick and place it inside of the Tough Armor case. Just go ahead and plop this in, and you can already see that design right there. It's actually left a mark from the case with that interior. So let's go ahead and plop this on. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the S Pen side because I usually have issues with that, and here it is. So really easy to put on. This is the thickest one out of all of the cases that I just tried, but this will give you the most protection. Quickly, I'd like to point out that even with the Tough Armor case, a case that is thicker than all of those over there, this one still has one of the most clickiest buttons. You really don't apply any extra force to it, and you still get very nice clicks with it. Also, the sides, we don't really have any extra grip for it, but so far in my experience with the Tough Armor case, I haven't really dropped it, it's never slid out of my hand. We also have these cool cutouts right here. I guess that's for extra protection, not really sure what those are, but they do have air pockets on the sides, which is something Spigen uses, so when you do drop it on its corners, then you should be fine. The force should be lessened with the impact. Also, we get the nice kickstand. So this is the main thing that I use with my Tough Armor cases. Just go ahead and plop it down. You have an almost 90-degree angle this way, and if you do flip it around, you get like a 30-degree angle. So if you're sitting up and you're, let's say, eating some cereal, you just plop it down on your table while you're eating, you're able to watch any show or just go on YouTube whenever you'd like. We do have a nice kickstand, but I'm noticing that it's very flimsy for some reason. So this wasn't the issue with my other cases. They were really sturdy and tough, but this might be only this case right here, because all the other Tough Armor cases that I've used previously, the kickstand was really sturdy, and by that I mean when you do click it back into place, it held on, but this might actually fall off because, again, it seems really flimsy for some reason. Not sure why, but this shouldn't be the case. I'm not sure if it's only with mine, but normally it's not like that. So other than that, we have a nice large lip that is going around all of our cameras. As you can see, it's raised up quite a bit, so your cameras will definitely be protected by any drops unless you throw a rock at where the camera cutout is. But other than that, this case has large lips on the top and bottom, which is nice to know. So with the case this thick, you'd like to know if you can access the S Pen, and yes you can. We have a nice cutout that's rounded out for the S Pen section, so you are easily able to access it, and you can still write with the S Pen. So that is nice to know. So this will basically wrap it up for the Spigen cases that I have in front of us today. We have 6 different cases. Just go ahead and just put them down so you can get a look at them one last time all together. Design wise, I'm gonna go ahead and have to go with the Cryo armor. This thing just looks beautiful. It is their newest case, and I really don't care if the cooling technology works or doesn't work, but it's just their best case. And design wise, personally, this is my favorite one. But here are all 6 cases by Spigen. There are a couple more cases, but these are the ones I have here today. So go ahead and choose which one you like. Just leave a comment down below on which one's your favorite. But personally, design wise, this is the one I'm gonna have to go for. And overall, the one I've been using on all my devices for a really long time is gonna have to be the Tough Armor. It is my personal favorite, but for the design, this one takes it. So that'll basically wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe as it helps support the channel, and see y'all in the next one.